They laughed at him, ignored him, dismissed him. At 13, Kobe Bryant walked into a gym in Philadelphia, skinny, quiet, almost invisible to the other kids. Yet there was a fire in his eyes, one that no one could see, one that no one understood. They said he wasn't ready. They said he couldn't make it. They said he would never be the one, the future of basketball. But they didn't know what they were waking up. They didn't know the storm that was about to break. Kobe had grown up hearing whispers of doubt. In Italy, his father had taught him the game, yes, but the world was a different place when you moved back to the United States. Suddenly, he was smaller than most. His shots didn't fall, his passes were awkward, and the other kids, they noticed. Every day felt like a test he hadn't signed up for. Every night he went home, shoulders heavy, dreams fragile. His mother reminded him to be patient. His father reminded him to work. But in his heart, Kobe felt impatient, hungry, starving for a place where he belonged, a place where he could be seen. And so he started running. Early mornings, late nights, dribbling in empty gyms, shooting at hoops while the city slept. His legs ached, his hands bled, his body protested, but still he ran. Still he shot. Still he imagined the roar of a crowd that didn't exist yet. Every no he heard became fuel. Every sneer, every doubt, every dismissive glance. They all carved something into his spirit, relentless determination. If they wouldn't give him a chance, he would take one. If they wouldn't see him, he would make them see him. By 14, he had transformed. Still skinny, still underestimated. But now there was something else. A quiet confidence that radiated when he walked onto a court. A gaze that dared anyone to challenge him. People began to notice. Coaches, scouts, even his peers. Yet the path was far from easy. At 15, Kobe faced his first real setback. During a key game, he twisted his ankle badly. The doctor said it would take months to recover. Months. For a kid with dreams as big as the sky, months felt like an eternity. Some would have given up. Some would have let the injury define them. Not Kobe. While others rested, he rehabbed like a machine. Cold baths, endless stretching, shooting from a wheelchair when he couldn't walk properly. Pain became his teacher. Discipline became his mantra. Every drop of sweat, every pang of pain, every lonely hour in the gym became a step closer to the man he would become. And yet, the real test wasn't just physical, it was mental, it was emotional. Because while he trained, the world continued to doubt him. Scouts whispered behind his back, critics wrote him off. And in those moments, in the deepest hours of the night, Kobe asked himself the hardest question anyone could face. Is it worth it? And then he remembered. His father had played the game. His mother had believed in him. And most importantly, he remembered the dreams that no one could touch. The dreams that had carried him from Italy to Philadelphia, across doubts, across pain, across loneliness. So he stood up, he ran faster, shot harder, practiced longer. Every obstacle became a challenge he refused to surrender to. Every setback became a story he would rewrite with his own hands. By the time he was 16, Kobe was no longer just another kid on the court. He was a force, swift, precise, unstoppable. Yet the journey was far from over. For the next years, the road would only get steeper. Professional scouts would question his readiness. Critics would try to break his spirit. Injuries would test his will. And even when the world seemed to acknowledge his talent, the true battle, inside his mind, inside his heart, would be just beginning. Because greatness isn't given. Greatness is forged in silence, in struggle, in moments when no one is watching, moments when the world doubts you, moments when quitting feels like the easiest escape. And Kobe, he was nowhere near done. But just when it seemed the horizon was finally within reach, just when he thought he could finally taste the life he had worked for, a challenge came that would push him to the edge. A moment so defining, so shattering, that even the strongest minds might falter. It was here that Kobe would face the choice every dreamer fears: give up or rise higher than ever before. And in that moment, the boy who had been laughed at, dismissed, and underestimated made a decision that would change the course of history forever. He chose to rise. The world finally noticed Kobe Bryant. Draft day came, and the whispers were gone, or so it seemed. He was young, just 18, entering the NBA as the youngest player in the league. To some, he was a prodigy. To others, he was a gamble. The Los Angeles Lakers took him, a slender kid with more ambition than muscle, more fire than experience. Some veterans laughed behind his back. Some doubted his ability to survive the intensity of the league. The NBA was brutal. It chewed up rookies and spat them out. And Kobe. He had seen enough rejection to know it could happen to him. His first season was a trial by fire. Coaches questioned his maturity. Teammates challenged his ego. The crowd booed when he missed shots. Every mistake was magnified, every misstep broadcasted. And at night, when the arena lights dimmed, Kobe lay in bed, heart pounding, asking himself the question that haunted every dreamer. Am I good enough? But giving up was never an option. He remembered his father's words. You can't control what the world thinks. You can only control what you do next. And so, he did. He woke before sunrise, ran through the streets of Los Angeles while the city slept, shot hundreds of free throws, practiced his footwork, studied opponents' games on grainy tapes, and challenged himself in ways no one else would. Every ounce of pain, every sleepless night, every moment the world doubted him became fuel for the fire. Then came the setbacks that almost broke him. In his third season, Kobe suffered an ankle injury that sidelined him for months. The media had a field day. Headlines questioned if the Lakers had made a mistake. Critics whispered that the young star was fragile, that he would never reach the heights everyone expected. It was easy to surrender, to let despair sink in. And for a brief moment, alone in his apartment, Kobe felt the sting of hopelessness. His body ached, his mind screamed, and the world seemed to be telling him, "Stop, you can't do this." But Kobe didn't just rise, he exploded. He trained harder than ever. Cold ice baths, relentless rehab, hours of shooting, dribbling and conditioning that would break most men. And when he returned to the court, he didn't just play, he dominated. He became the player who refused to be ignored, the one who transformed doubt into determination and skepticism into unstoppable drive. By the time he was 20, Kobe's name was no longer whispered, it was feared. Opponents respected him, teammates relied on him, fans adored him. And yet, the inner voice that had driven him since 13 never quieted. Not enough. I can't stop. I won't stop. This was the essence of Kobe Bryant, the relentlessness, the obsession, the refusal to let failure define him. He had been an outcast, a boy dismissed, a kid no one believed in. And now, he was becoming a force the world couldn't ignore. But the true test was still ahead. Because success isn't just about talent, it's about endurance. It's about facing the moments when the weight of the world threatens to crush your spirit. For Kobe, that moment came in the playoffs. A season of grueling games, bruises, and exhaustion culminated in a series that would define his career. He was locked in a battle against seasoned veterans, a team with experience and strength. Every play mattered. Every shot could be the difference between glory and despair. In Game 7, with seconds left, the ball was in his hands. The crowd held its breath. The pressure was suffocating. Every eye in the arena, every camera in the world was on him. And in that instant, Kobe remembered every fall, every doubt, every lonely hour in the gym. He took the shot. The buzzer sounded. Silence. Then, the crowd erupted. He had done it. He had led his team to victory. But even in triumph, Kobe wasn't satisfied. He knew the journey was far from over. Every win was just a stepping stone, every achievement a reminder that there was more to conquer. And the most important lesson, that greatness isn't measured by applause or trophies. It's measured by the fire inside, by the refusal to quit, by the ability to rise when the world expects you to fall. Kobe Bryant had learned that lesson better than anyone. But the story doesn't end here. Because even the most relentless warriors face moments when the stakes are higher than ever, when the challenge seems impossible, and when the world doubts that they can rise again. For Kobe, that moment was coming. The one that would test everything he had built, everything he had sacrificed, everything he had become. The question wasn't if he would face it. The question was, could he rise again, stronger than ever? By now the world knew Kobe Bryant. He was no longer the skinny, quiet boy dismissed in Philly gyms. He had transformed into a force of nature, an unstoppable, legendary athlete whose name echoed in arenas, whose presence struck fear into opponents, and whose dedication became the gold standard of greatness. But even legends face moments that test the very core of their spirit. Kobe's career was littered with obstacles. Injuries, criticism, and heartbreak followed him like shadows. There were games he almost didn't play, seasons when his body screamed for rest, and moments when the weight of expectation felt unbearable. And yet each time he chose to fight, not just for victory, but for legacy. He remembered the long nights alone in the gym as a boy, shooting endlessly, imagining greatness that seemed impossible. That fire, that obsession, had never left him. It drove him to train before sunrise, to practice after midnight, to push past pain, fatigue, and doubt. Every step he took was a promise to himself. I will not be ordinary. I will not be forgotten. In the playoffs, in the finals, on the biggest stages, Kobe thrived. He became known for his legendary work ethic, his unwavering focus, and his ability to deliver under pressure. Shots that seemed impossible fell through the net. Plays that defied logic left spectators in awe. He was more than a player. He was a symbol of relentless willpower. Yet, as his fame grew, so did the scrutiny. The world watched his every move, celebrated his triumphs, and dissected his failures. There were times when mistakes felt magnified, when losses stung deeper than ever, when even the most loyal fans questioned his choices. And then came the ultimate challenge. The season had been brutal. Exhaustion clawed at his body. Injuries threatened to derail his momentum. Younger, faster players tested his limits, and the critics, were relentless. Some said his time had passed, that the fire in him was fading, that he should step aside. But Kobe had faced doubt before. He had been underestimated at 13, rejected at 15, mocked at 18. He had survived every trial because he refused to surrender. And now, at the pinnacle of his career, he faced the most important battle yet, not against opponents on the court, but against time, against his own body, against the creeping fear that greatness is fleeting. In one crucial game, with the championship on the line, his body screamed in protest. Every step felt heavier. Every jump felt uncertain. Pain radiated through his knees, his ankles, his back. And still, he refused to sit. He refused to surrender. The arena was deafening. Fans cheered, screamed, begged him to keep going. But this wasn't about applause. This was about proving once again to himself that no obstacle could define him, that no setback could diminish his legacy, that no voice, even the ones inside his head, could tell him he wasn't enough. And in that final heart-stopping moment, with the championship within reach, Kobe did something that would be remembered forever. He rose. Every muscle, every fiber, every ounce of pain melted into determination. He pushed past exhaustion, past fear, past every doubt the world had ever thrown at him. He delivered, shot after shot, play after play, until victory was not just possible, it was inevitable. When the final buzzer sounded, the arena erupted. Tears, cheers, and disbelief filled the air. Kobe had done it, again. And in that instant, the boy who had been an outcast, the young man who had been dismissed, became immortal. But the story doesn't end with victory, because greatness is never just about trophies, titles, or records. It's about legacy. It's about the lives you touch, the dreams you awaken, the spirits you lift. Kobe knew that. He became more than a player. He became a symbol for the broken, the doubted, the almost givers up. He showed them that failure is not final, that struggle is not defeat, and that relentless pursuit can turn the impossible into reality. And yet, even in triumph, there is a lesson he left the world. Every dream worth chasing comes with sacrifice. Every climb worth taking comes with pain. Every legacy worth leaving is forged in the fire of relentless struggle. Kobe Bryant's story is a reminder to anyone who has ever felt weak, lost, or ready to give up. Rise, push, fight, relentlessly, because the world doesn't define you, your will does. And as the lights dimmed, the crowd quieted, and the boy who had been an outcast finally stood as a giant among men. One question remained. What happens when the fire that burns so brightly is tested one last time? The answer would come not just in games, not just in records, not just in history books, but in every soul inspired to keep fighting when the world says, stop. Kobe's journey from outcast to immortal wasn't just a story of basketball. It was a story of life, struggle, and the relentless pursuit of greatness that refuses to die. And now, the world remembers him not just for his victories, but for the fire he ignited in all of us. The fire that whispers, even in our weakest moments. You can rise, you can fight, you can become immortal in your own way. Kobe Bryant's story didn't end on a buzzer. It didn't end with a championship. It didn't even end with the thousands of fans who cheered his name. It ended in the choices he made every single day. The mornings he woke up before the sun. The nights he stayed in the gym long after everyone else had left. The countless hours of repetition, pain, failure, and struggle that he endured because he refused to be ordinary. He became a legend, not because the world gave him a chance, but because he refused to let the world define him. He became a symbol for anyone who had ever been doubted, dismissed, or told they weren't ready. For anyone who felt weak, small, or broken. Kobe's life was a lesson in obsession, discipline, consistency, relentlessness. He taught the world that talent alone is not enough, that dreams alone will not carry you, that greatness demands sacrifice over and over every single day. It demands that you chase excellence long after the applause has faded, long after the critics have spoken, long after the world thinks you've given everything you have. He showed that setbacks are not failures. They are the fuel that powers champions. That pain is not a barrier. It is a teacher. That doubt is not a verdict. It is a challenge. And that every time you rise when the world expects you to fall, you are writing a story that will be remembered forever. Kobe's story pushes us to ask ourselves, what are we willing to endure to be heard, to be respected, to leave a mark on this world? How many times will we rise when life knocks us down? How many times will we train when our bodies ache, when our spirits tire, when the world tells us stop? The answer lies in discipline, in obsession, in a refusal to quit, in making your craft, your work, your dreams a way of life. When you hear Kobe's story, let it burn inside you. Let it remind you that the world does not owe you greatness. Let it remind you that your path will be hard, that your climb will be steep, but that you can rise higher than you ever imagined. Kobe Bryant didn't just serve championships. He served kings. He served dreams. He served legacy. And so can you. Every day, every action, every choice can be a step toward the life you've imagined. Every time you push past fatigue, every time you ignore doubt, every time you rise when it would be easier to quit, you are walking in the footsteps of a legend. Let this story remind you that greatness is not an accident. It is intentional. It is built brick by brick, repetition by repetition, failure by failure, triumph by triumph. If you are ready to rise, to endure, to fight, to work, then remember Kobe. Remember the boy no one believed in. Remember the man who became immortal. And let your story be heard. Your journey will be hard. It will test you. It will demand every ounce of your discipline, every fragment of your consistency, every spark of your obsession. And if you are willing to give it all, if you are willing to rise every single time, then one day your story will not just be heard. It will inspire. So rise, train, fight, obsess. Discipline yourself until your work is undeniable. Make consistency your weapon. Make greatness your habit. Serve your kings, serve your dreams, serve the legacy that only you can build. Because life will not wait for the weak. It will not bend for the doubtful. But for the relentless, for the disciplined, for the obsessed, it will bow. And that is the gift Kobe Bryant gave to the world. Proof that no dream is too far, no mountain too high, no doubt too loud. Proof that if you endure, if you persist, if you obsess with everything you have, you will rise. And when you do, you will become immortal. This is not just his story. It can be yours. Rise now.